그때보다 조금은 잃었어. 우리는 바보처럼 몸으로 부딪히면서 매번서 넘어질 때마다 이력서 다시 고쳤었지. 이력서 눈부신 성공의 신바람, 잠시나마 물어봤던 비바람, 한국도 퇴근하기 전에 그림자처럼 날 따라온 비바람. 시기 질투, 기대 압박을 못 이긴 몇 번의 실축, 참한 나태함 속에 던졌던 말로 홈런을 맞은 실투. 다 끝. 날가 같았지만 우리 앞길을 막지만 하고 외치며 마음을 다잡보냈었지. 진짜 한치 앞도 안 보이는 가시밭길에서도 절대 유턴 없이 잘바란 의리로 기재하면서 둘이 딱 붙어갔지. 비극 지금 귀 아프지만 지나고 보면 웃음 나오는 희극. 그래서 우린 지금을 참고 살아. 난 미쳤다 생각하면서 기쁨에 희망이란 끈 잡고 살아.
이 험한 현실에서 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈, 넘고 힘든 삶은 넌서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈, 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time. 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 peace of mind. 이 도시에서 멍 때리는 것조차도 사치 버릇처럼 내가 나를 착취해. 영주 조금 딱딱해지고 의식에 붙은 각질, 모두 비말든 땀 대신 날 적시는 건 진땀이네. 잠든 시간에도 문제들이 쌓여 눈 뜨자마자 결정해도 아직 익숙치 않은 타협 시간을 도모 위에 식재료 썰듯 안 하면 하루는 순서가 뒤섞인 음식처럼 망가져. 지쳐도 경계하네 공허와 허무 불안감 속에서 상기하네. 15년 전빈 털털이의 여유 억울해도 놔뒀대 35년간의 필름이 어쩌면 수치 맞은 삶 건축된 우리의 이름이 길르니 어두워지지 않게 서로를 비판하고 세상을 보는 시선 삐딱하게 얼굴에 피어난 주름을 당해내. 마치 아파치 no face 평가는 다 끝난 다음에 긴 인생의 race. 이 험한 현실에서 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈, 넘고 힘든 삶은 넌서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈, 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time. 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 peace of mind.
사실 조금 때 같아 군대 같아 그 당연히 건 달라지고 빨라졌지만 결국 가는 데 같아. 질리게 겪어도 사랑 때문에 애 같아. 이럴 때 보면 나도 아직 애 같아.
살기보단 생존하기 바쁜 청순이는 넓어지고 평소가 작아지는 마음 속에 피어나줬으면 해 한 송이의 평화 찐흙탕 속의 연화. 이 험한 현실에서 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈, 넘고 힘든 삶은 넌서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈, 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time. 지금
end of that. What's going on, everybody? What's the mood? What's the vibes? What y'all on? Y'all already know what I'm on, man. It's your boy JL back at it like a blunt. Here today with NBA 2K20. Rumors, I heard information that Paul George supposed to be back. Y'all already know about me with Clippers. In my opinion, I feel like Clippers can win all the way, bargaining any injuries. So I feel like, you know what? Let me at least do this game right quick against the Rockets. Nice little matchup. I know the last time y'all remember when I did 2K20, I used Lakers against Clippers. Don't get me wrong, you know. Paul George wasn't playing. I just want to use LA. Don't get me wrong. I still got Clippers though, man. Don't forget, I ain't false flagging. I ain't switching. None of that lame shit. It's just a simple fact on the game wise. It was just overall the better team. But now since my boy PG is here, all that shit goes down the drain. Fuck everything else I had said. Clippers all the way, man. I want to get at least a good quick session in because later on I'm going out with my shorty. We're supposed to be going bowling. So hopefully that goes pretty well because I'm giving free smokes, man, to her. Love her daily, though, man. Ooh. That's a little too early for me to say that. But I really just enjoy the company that she brings to me. Without further ado, let me get this show on the roll.
Do you practice in front of a mirror or how, like?
About 13 years ago, I started dancing. Like, if you ever been in a dance studio, there's...
I'm not a fucking emo.
Yeah, I mean...
It's LT, yep.
I used to as much as I could.
You wake up brushing your teeth, like...
You gotta get the jaw movement, and there you go. There you go. When you on your way.
I know, I'm on my way.
And like a year from now, you'll be like all over the place, and I'll be like, girl, remember when we had that interview?
Yes, exactly.
Put you on game, okay?
I was gonna say, she has some dance moves.
Do you really?
She does.
How are you gonna put me on the spot?
Who's ever dancing with what you equipped for? The shooter or old baby? Probably old baby. Or shooting, yeah.
I think I can teach you a dance move real quick.
Okay, let's do it. Can he get in on this? Because I feel like he's never...
He taught me a dance move at vocab.
I did.
All you gotta do is just hop. Yeah, that's it. That's all you gotta do. It's real simple.
I like it.
It's real simple, you know. And then when it gets more advanced, you really start hopping. You know.
We'll do something called the gosh darn it.
Okay, the gosh darn it.
Me and Chris Brown did it in a video, and it's hilarious. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta catch it. You know what I'm saying? You throw it up and catch
Okay.
it. Okay. Do we get that? But you'll start one more time. You ready? Okay. Throw it up. Wait for
Who
it.
does Darth Darn come from?
Okay.
Did it better.
Double take.
You can hit the whoa. You can hit the whoa too with it. Okay, look. So like, so just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And we're gonna throw it up, and gosh darn it.
I like it. Before I leave,
Okay.
2K TV. I'm gonna hit the wave. You're gonna pass it to you. You're gonna pass it there, and then pass it back to me. You feel me? You ready?
I like it.
All right, ready? Okay, now pass it back. Pass it back. Okay, we good.
Hey, go for yourself.
Andrew, this is 2K TV. Thank you so much for joining us. And you guys have a lot of great stuff to look forward to with this man and his squad on the park in 2K20.
Gotta love his energy, though.
Keep the wave going, Chris. Keep it going.
I'm killing it.
Which players or president NBA player do you think she's the best
In the
dancer?
neighborhood, so send them over via social media. Hashtag 2K
Shaq?
Dance.
Yes, hopefully they're better than our dance moves, but
His
you
dance
can submit them and possibly be featured on a future episode of 2K TV.
Now here's
Okay,
the
that's what's
2K
up.
MC with all of the news and events coming up in 2K20.
2KMC here with your 2K Compete events for the next couple of weeks. The competition is heating up in November. Woo! And yes, that is double rep in the rec on the 17th. Go get it! In my team, the Isaiah Thomas...
How many championships did Isaiah Thomas win? One, right? No, two, right?
Through Isaiah Thomas's illustrious career...
It was fucking two, my dumb ass.
...latest spotlight challenges.
Hey, yeah, I knew my shit, man. I just fucked up.
Then holding MJ himself to under 25 and beating the Blazers for his second chip. Beat the first challenge to earn Thomas himself. That evolves to a diamond. And fill out your lineup with these other players who played a part in this Hall of Famer's career. Putting in the work in my career has its rewards, like endorsements. And unlocking your Gatorade My Player endorsement gets you a real-life perk. A a 20% discount on your own customized GX bottle starter kit. Rep your team, add your name, and hydrate like the pros. And last week, Chalk DF
Which river do you want to look for most? I don't fucking know.
to reach legend in my career. He's flying in a helicopter. You'll always know when a legend drops into your neighborhood. And for being the first legend, we got Chalk to come back to tell us what it's like being a legend.
When you're doing the legend grind, nothing matters like that last game. Like, you have to win your legend game. You know, loading into the neighborhood and...
What's the first episode of Super Dark? I don't know. Let's go episode 8.
There was no...
It probably was 6. Oh, it was 8. Hey! Congrats, though, bro.
Points on every single category is really game changing, and every single build that I have now is what they would call a demigod. Like, it's really an overpowered type build.
Bro, look at how different my player looks now. That is literally insane.
I have content coming like crazy from a YouTube point of view. I can make any build and really be able to play on it right away. So if people want to see how this build works, I'm getting 10 badges on it right away, so I don't have to necessarily, you know, grind that build out to be able to showcase it. I think that's what I'm looking forward to most. That's what's next for me. For those of you that have supported me up to this point, you know, I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. I appreciate everybody who, you know, has just shown love throughout this whole thing.
Guess what?
What?
The My Team Unlimited tournament continues.
And here's our My Team panel with the latest on this $250,000 tournament.
Thanks, guys. I'm Sasha, joined by our 2K TV correspondent Blake.
Glad to be here.
And My Team producer Robbie.
Thanks for having me.
Who won the tournament? I don't fucking know.
It's time. Can't wait to talk tournament.
Which means it's time to break down the My Team Unlimited $250,000 tournament. To get you up to speed, this is
I was right. Hey!
My Team's Unlimited mode. We're searching for the best players to crown a single champion for NBA 2K20. There will be 4 game days for you to qualify. The first one was in October, and the second game day is Saturday, November 16th. Each game day, we're qualifying the top 4 players on each platform. 8 are in, and 24 spots are left. Once we fill out the bracket, we'll have a single elimination tournament to crown platform finalists. They'll travel to Chicago for NBA All-Star Weekend and play a best of 3 finals with $250,000 on the line. Skip to my Lou won last year in Charlotte. Who will take the prize money home this year? All right, so Blake, how can people get into the game days?
So they just need 10 total wins in Unlimited. And they don't have to be in a row, they just have to be before the next game day. So just get those 10 wins and you can participate in the next one.
Yeah, you definitely don't need your first experience in Unlimited to actually come on game day. You gotta get the work put in first. And this month, it's a pink diamond Baron Davis if you go 12-0 in Unlimited. So that's a huge card to have a big effect on the qualifier.
Nice. Well, once our community members enter the game day, what can they expect?
Yeah, so on those Saturdays, it starts at 10 a.m. Pacific. It lasts for 4 hours, and you just want to get in there and win as many games as you can without losing.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of different ways you can go about trying to qualify, but a reminder is even if you don't win the whole thing, if you don't qualify, you can get a lot of great rewards. An example is the first qualifier. The top 500 people got a Terrell Brandon Evolution card. The top 10 people got a diamond version of that card. It goes all the way down to Sapphire, and it's a really cool way to upgrade your lineup, even if you're not one of those top people that qualify.
Awesome. And that total score that you're adding to, that's how we seed everyone in the tournament, right?
Yeah, but it's really just about getting into that top 4, because once you're there, anything can happen. I mean, last year in the first round alone, we had 9 upsets, including a 16 seed taken out 1 seed.
Yeah, just the thing to remember, Turn Up Defense and Skip to Lulu were the 9 and 8 seeds respectively last year. So just because you're the first seed in the tournament doesn't necessarily mean that you got a free cakewalk to the finals. Not only do you have to qualify, once you do, it's a good idea to stay on top of things. There's content coming out every day, and if you don't stay on top of that, you might have qualified, but you're going to be that 1 seed that gets beaten by the 16th seed if you're not careful.
Speaking of last year, of the 8 players already qualified, we're seeing some familiar names.
Yeah, the 2K League players are back, and a number 1 seed New Edition Flash.
But you don't necessarily have to be a 2K League player in order to handle the pressure that comes with being in the finals. Remember last year, it was a 2K League player and a not 2K League player.
All right, so the pressure's on. Saturday, November 16th is your next shot. Any final tips?
I would just say know your lineup. You got to know the players you're working with, practice with them, and be comfortable with them. And also maybe use lower level cards to round out the end of your bench. Players that, if you're only using an 8-man rotation, fill out the rest of that roster with bronze level players, because that can help boost your score. You got to get any edge you can.
And evolve your evolution cards. There's been a lot of those during the course of this year, and they're a new element that I think whoever ends up qualifying is going to use an evolution player in their lineup. The ultimate thing to me, watching all these players last year, is comfort level. If you can play well with a specific player, don't look at the gem color. Just if you can play well with that player, use them. And if you have a good cohesive unit, like I like to run a defensive scheme. Maybe somebody else, Blake's out there chucking threes. It just depends on what you're comfortable with.
Robbie knows me.
All threes, all the time.
Well, right on. Can't wait to see who's next to qualify on Saturday, November 16th.
Ready to vote for your top play of the fall? It's down to these last two, and you decide which play deserves 500,000 VC. 2KMC, take it away.
We're kind of tired looking at the show. This is enough commentary. Back to the show. I'm sorry, y'all, but like I tend to just watch this, let y'all see it, see what's going on. Like y'all can't tell me this bench ain't Heat. Yeah, they really do got a 9-man rotation. But just look, you have, you have 3 top-tier defenders, bro. Like I said in the previous streams, it's like going against Ron Harper, Jordan, and Scotty, and they all can rotate the 1 and 3 positions and just, go at it with niggas. Like, you can't beat that. And then you got Montrezl Harrell. I'm sorry, I always said Montrezl. What was I saying? I'm sorry, I always say his name wrong. And he had Mo Williams that could give you 20 every night. Come on. You can't beat that. And everybody else on the bench just play their role. I know J. Michael just dropped a double-double just like in the last game. His ass garbage. But the point, y'all get the point what I'm saying, though. Like, that team is really stacked and solid. And who doesn't love a Patrick Beverly go against Russell Westbrook? That shit is hilarious.
Tonight's starting lineup. At small forward, at 6'6", number 4, Daniel House. The other forward, standing 6'5", number 17, PJ Tucker. Starting at center, 6 feet 10 inches, number 15, Clint Capella. Starting at point guard, at 6'3" number 0, Russell Westbrook. And starting at guard, number 13, James Harden.
Fear to beer. I might buy a Rockets hat. I saw one out at my job. It's up for like $10. Nice Rockets what is it, Velcro? Yeah, Velcro. That bitch decent. I'm gonna have to cop that
Joining
bitch.
us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Hey, Dave.
Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni is the modern-day godfather of pace and space. His teams in Phoenix popularized small ball, moving around and pushing the tempo in their 7 seconds or less offense. It's ironic that now his Houston team plays a much slower isolation style of basketball. Kevin, that shows his flexibility and D'Antoni's ability to adapt to his personnel.
That's right.
Whatever works, David. Thanks. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Westbrook.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under him.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Tucker and Capella are up front. And it's House in at the 3.
Shout out to John Rivers, man. Like I said, man.
Been on teams where you just knew changes were coming down the road.
Yeah, most of that, Kevin, I think happens because of internally what's going on with the team. Yeah, on the floor, you're going to see guys operating in the offense, playing pick and roll, but
it's behind the curtain.
Beverly, what, 21?
Good executives and good coaching staffs understand communicating to the people in the front office to say, hey, if we stay this way, our potential instead of growing is not knowing how low we're going to go. So we need to make some changes.
Now, here is George. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. And Capella sends
That's all you.
George with
Nice.
the bucket. George against Harden. Right wing.
I wanted to put that step back shot.
Now, here's Capella. Not a lot of room.
I gave him that.
And the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Now, here's George.
Oh, too much space.
Just over a minute played here in the start of the game. And he comes up with the deuce.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up, GA. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Kawhi, go ahead. Draw your foul. Or just make the layup.
With his developing handle, Leonard now has defenders at his mercy when on the bounce.
Yeah? What's up? Nah, Mom went to get her hair done.
Outside Westbrook. Harden outside. Capella trying to free himself up. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Westbrook. Harden's got 5.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Pass to Leonard. Over House. Kept the
Go rebound.
Now here's Zubac.
Come on, Zubac. I know you got a mid-range game.
Good on the baseline, Jay. And about
Sick
2
of the
minutes
leg.
played
Leg should have kept Zubac.
Westbrook against Beverly.
Okay, good step back.
And it's Houston with another.
Good step back.
I don't think they want him taking that kind of shot. Again, his teammates are just laughing, shaking their heads there on the bench.
And George,
oh, here we go.
Here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
PG showing that's a signature dunk from him.
One of y'all.
Rockets
Nice.
have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game.
Well, for so much of what Paul
They're going to take the
George
little scoring load a little bit off of Kawhi Leonard.
Start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top.
But depends how everything goes. They might. You know what? Lou Williams can average 20.
The best.
Paul George can average 20. Kawhi Leonard can all get their 20
And
points.
on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%,
I think it's possible.
which is a decent rate.
He's off on the first. You look at
And
George
Montreal, you know, he can get
Greg,
like a good
sometimes
16.
forget how good his perimeter
Some nights he
defense
dropped
is.
20.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Now here's Leonard. He picked up 12 points in their
The pick a pop.
And he also
And you
controlled
miss?
the boards. He just seemed to be in the right position every time the ball came off the rim.
Here is Harden. And Harden
Great court awareness. Westbrook sizing up the D and doing a good job of locating the open man.
about 3 minutes gone here in the first
Here
quarter.
go my 2 sons coming in.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. Pass to Leonard.
Ah, that was an accident. He made that? Ah.
Westbrook's got 5.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Then they ain't got no bench. This ain't got no bench.
Passes it to Patterson.
Why not?
Deep 3-point.
Oh!
That shot misses.
What was that?
Take it the other way. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments
Value.
on the offensive end.
Yeah, never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
Clippers trail by 4. George passes to
Come on. You're gonna miss that.
And foul on the shot.
I'll take that.
Shoot 2 at the free throw line. They get Russell Westbrook.
One of the better
we
players
made that.
in the game, and in the golden age of scoring point guards, Patrick Beverly doing his best to slow them down on a nightly basis.
Houston with a big group substitution here.
Nice. Let me tell you earlier, remember I was practicing with the Clippers? Y'all see how many grades I hit with Kawhi? Watch out.
Lamore's checked in for James Harden.
Austin Rivers, I like him in Clippers as well, too. He played a nice role.
Called the illegal screen right there.
He did.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is
The layout.
the ref's attention. Foul call.
I press A to pass.
Stolen by Cephalosha.
What the fuck is this? Cephalosha.
45 left in the first. And there's the call on Lou Williams.
Oh, that's a foul. Oh,
That
fuck
is his
y'all.
first foul of the game.
Give it Tyson.
Clippers on
Put it,
defense,
Tyson.
trailing by 2. It's Rivers on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Over Beverly.
I think Patrick Beverly loves the challenge every night to shut down his man. Takes great pride on the defensive end.
Oh my, we small.
Lamore, and
they gave him the fucking jump shot.
That's their third
That bum ass nigga.
off an assist.
Here's Williams.
Draw your foul.
Count that bucket.
Fuck is your problem?
That move, you'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
Beverly against Rivers. To the middle. Chandler dishes to Tucker. Rivers surveying the D. On deep. The shot, no good.
Rebound.
Clippers trail by 3. And Beverly kicks to Harrell.
3-and-D, come on.
Here's for 3. The Rockets pull it in.
Fuck you.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. It's Rivers on the wing.
He made it to him, man.
Well, the deep ball accuracy is much more consistent now from Austin Rivers, learning how to be an effective shooter at this level.
Williams passes to Green. Outside Williams.
Oh yeah, come on.
Fires from deep.
Come on, 2K, we need that.
Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Here's McLemore.
The defense.
And the last second attempt.
Ooh, I'm down. This is new. I like this. I like this little challenge that I'm
Offensive
getting.
player takes some pride in the defensive play. Nice job by Lou Williams sticking to his man there.
And so it's Houston with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George
Mind over
worked
body.
hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury.
Wait, is Landry playing? I forgot about that dude, that 3-point shooter kid from last year. He must be hurt. Yeah, he's hurt.
It is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome.
Good block.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
They've got P.J. Tucker. McLemore is out there with Rivers, and it's
Ah, get into that! Oh!
in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of
Please don't
Famer
make that.
David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, for the
Why I'm
last
getting my
few
ass
years,
kicked?
the Golden State Warriors have been the colossus that stood over the NBA. There were thoughts that most teams were not willing to do things to be competitive, knowing that they could not beat the Splash Brothers, Draymond Green, and then Kevin Durant. But the Warriors lost to the Raptors in the finals last year.
The shot! That's a mid-range,
injuries of
right?
Durant and Klay
Oh, that's
Thompson
three. Okay, good.
have opened things up. And for the first time in a long time, there are any number of teams in this league that believe it's their time.
Probably so. The West is strengthened. There's no doubt, DA. Interesting matchups coming up for sure. Thank you. And here is Cephalosha after Lou Williams was able to get the three to go. Chandler kicks to McLemore. Misses the three. Clippers trail by 6.
He got to get
Tremendous amount of excitement around the Clippers right now.
It's
Why
more
not?
painful that he got the
Elite
rebound
Players
off.
that could play both sides of the floor. They were already talented.
Like, a tallest player on the court
I
is
just
fucking
wonder
6'8", while they got a
if
fucking
this
Tyson
group,
Chandler.
Some of the additions and subtractions.
The pass!
In the same way that last year's group showed the type of cohesion that a team that wants to perform at elite levels needs to do.
Williams in the post, guarded by McLemore.
We need this patch.
Wide open.
Let's go. Let's get this money, man.
And you can't play too
I'll
far
patch Beverly.
off of
Yeah,
Patrick
fine.
Beverly, or this can happen.
Ooh, he almost clocked
Over
him!
the last few years, the Clippers have had to replace true stars.
It's pretty amazing with Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, and Blake Griffin not being in Clipper uniforms, how the organization has turned it around in such a short span to have the opportunity that it has in front of them now.
And that's the
to
crazy thing about it. That's why I
and
always
what those
give
three guys provided
Doc
for
Rivers
so
his
many
credit.
years in Los
How did
Angeles.
y'all make the playoffs last? Like they've been very contending ever since Blake, Chris Paul, like I said, I don't really count DeAndre Jordan as a star, but it's just like, you know, wow. You know? That niggas actually is hooping. Man, this is fucking ridiculous.
Houston with a big group substitution here.
It's just crazy. You don't have no star players here. I win it. That's what I always give Doc Rivers his credit.
In for PJ Tucker. James Harden, he's checked in.
Man,
for
he did it with
Cephalosha.
Boss, he did it with Clippers.
And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Rivers. Now here's Westbrook. A 26-point game for him in the win against New Orleans.
It felt like in that game, too, he was a man on a mission, defensive,
What?
finishing up with 4 steals.
This trash-ass Bill Malcolmore, bro.
Pride in that part of the game.
The move.
George
Russell,
against
watch out.
Harden. And George, here we go. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
That's right, baby.
George has definitely garnered some strength through the years now, and he's developed that over time in the offseason, being diligent with his work ethic and gets through contact on that play.
Here is House. Nothing on
Zubac.
the scoreboard for him.
Oh,
2 free
shit.
throws coming up. And
Russell had to go free throw shooter.
Just wondering, with Russell Westbrook and the 3 seasons under his belt in Oklahoma City, is averaging a triple-double. What is he capable of doing in this Houston Rockets offense?
Shit, you better bring a ring.
How do Russell Westbrook and James Harden coexist?
They can
And
coexist.
with
They usually
Westbrook
play
and
with
his
each other.
usage rates, it was once over 40%.
It's just my opinion with the Rockets. It's just the same situation like I explained before with the Durant. Russell, you can tee up, you feel me, in the first 3 quarters, but that last 2-3 minutes left in the fourth, just let James Harden take over.
The three-point attack.
That's just my opinion. The same
Not
with
a
KD.
strong suit of Russell Westbrook's. However, the havoc he creates, that works just about anywhere.
Exactly.
The Raptors or
Exactly.
Lakers would
I
live
love his
while
energy. Remind me of Ray
in the
Lewis.
end, he came to the Clippers to
Just
write
gotta
his own legacy.
take a
The
step
turn
back
to
a little bit
Southern
when it
Cal,
comes to
where he
crunch time.
grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how
And James Harden need to take better shot selections too, because this field goals is
behind the
ass.
scenes to join him.
How you average more points than your own field goals?
Clawing, doing everything he can
Does that make any
to grow
sense?
that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Now, team's having a tough
Woo!
time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Now here's Westbrook.
Nice.
He has 5.
Don't shoot that dumb shit. I knew you would go up. I knew you would go up.
Doesn't go that time. George with the defensive effort.
Blow past him,
Here's
thank you.
Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And so little can be done to stop that. Leonard with the jets to screen down the lane, then tops it off with the thunder finish.
Here is Harden. He picked up 39 points in their last one against New Orleans.
You know what's so funny about this matchup? Fun fact, you gotta remember in Sacramento with Bill Malcolm, when he got ripped up twice, his ass got put on the bench because of that. And Kawhi Leonard ripped his ass up twice. That was so hilarious.
He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Good shot.
4-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
But that's hilarious though. Let the man rip your ass up back to back and then your ass got put on the bench.
Rebounds,
Yeah, you know
50 balls. Those possessions I felt like were key.
Now here is
That
one goes in.
And Harden's such a creative
But Williams ain't good.
especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Williams
We need that.
over the floor.
Let's go!
And Los Angeles with the triple.
Yeah, he couldn't connect on anything from outside in the first quarter.
Shut up, bitch.
But now he's hit
He
2
was warming
threes
up.
in the second quarter.
Oh, I missed!
Better.
No! You missed.
Hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Down low.
The cut. Draw your foul.
That's
And one!
Now just a 1-point Houston lead.
That's more
Man,
like
that Lou
rounding
Williams ass is
into
like a mouse.
form after a very, very difficult first quarter.
Williams against Westbrook. It's hauled in by Zubac.
He may not be the strongest inside presence,
Whoa,
in
how
the
you
league,
lose the-
but still, he's got to convert from there.
Harden the pass to Westbrook.
He might make that.
Carries the long
He's a
range
fine
jumper.
shooter. He just need to make it feel.
Westbrook's
He'll
got
get
his
out.
third bucket of the night.
Can't forget about Russell's range. I know it's not the most efficient shot. but
It's
he's
not.
capable of draining some perimeter shots.
Drawing
in
foul.
rhythm.
Williams shot is off. Rockets leading by
He pushing that bitch. Hell no. Slow him down.
Get the 2-for-1 here.
Damn, Russ!
But execute at the same time. Let's see what they do.
And the
Damn.
dunk by Capella.
Damn, Russ. You saw fast a nigga moving?
Big time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Williams kicks to
Sure, you got
and
it.
he uses the
I wanted to pull a mid-range shot, but fuck it, he
Patterson's
got
got his
it.
first 2 points of the night.
Well, Patterson usually on the perimeter, this time down on the inside, doing a little bit of damage.
Good defense.
What a play.
What?
He drains it in at the buzzer.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the
What?
top. Nice job.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with the wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed.
And so it's Houston with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim.
I don't get how they gave him
Just
that.
now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Kawhi, a big first half for you all offensively, but big first half for them too. Any concern there?
They're still scoring pretty good, so we got to play better defense second half because we don't know if we're going to keep making the shots that we're making right now.
We'll see who can get some stops, Kawhi. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They have the 6-point lead. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, you look at the explosiveness of Russell Westbrook. Even when defenders have position on him, he can accelerate past them and rise above the rim. He's a terrific athlete who plays with a sharp edge.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
Well, they faced an all-out aerial assault, bombs everywhere. But they're still in position to win this game. They were bombed from deep all half long, Ernie. They need to revamp the perimeter approach on defense. They don't need to take everything away, but they got to make it harder.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Well, you heard it here, folks. I got to stop the 3-point game. Gotta let that beat, though.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Man, I
in
love
that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. We've got Patrick Beverly.
Thank you, Kawhi.
Is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3. Lob pass to Capella.
What?
Dunk by Capella. The defensive rules were different when you played, Brent. For example, the elimination of the hand check.
Hand checking was huge because great defensive guards like a Derek Harper or a Mookie Blaylock could get their forearm on you and basically move you around rather than you trying to get where you want to go. And the other thing, Kevin, that they did was they didn't allow you to have the time in the free throw line. You have a 2.9 before an illegal defense. It used to be a game really of 2 stars on one side of the floor operating and the rest of the guys sort of
step back
in the corner on the other side. All those things have changed.
Good help. Good help.
For the better.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, freedom of movement, fluidity of the athletes. It's definitely a better game in terms of the movement.
Now, here's George.
fake.
Clint Capella's miss. Nice
you little ass kid. Make that shit.
Solid rebound there, and with a score like it is, that's an area
Thank
you can't afford to get lazy. Ooh, and this is turning into
Come on, Kawhi. Go. Left wide open.
Like they left that offense in the locker room.
Let's hoop, man. Let's get this money, man.
So let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score.
Yes,
Williams
sir.
said, I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space. Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always different. Thank you.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Daniel House. Now here's Harrell. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. That one misses. Good work defensively by Capella.
E for effort.
For 3, Westbrook.
And it gave him that!
Half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Yeah, Russell is not stopping right now. So sure on the offensive end. Just complete confidence there.
George with the bucket.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Westbrook passes to Tucker. And the dunk by Capella.
We're too small down low, bro.
Under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul. Now here's Beverly. He's got 5. It's George on the wing.
Oh my! Don't let him drive.
Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting
What?
a 5 for 8 clip.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now
Come on,
for
coach.
all of the mistakes they're making.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And perhaps the most shocking news of the NBA offseason, Greg, the trade of Paul George. Nobody saw that coming.
Nah, I still feel like he could have handled the situation better. Especially the year before that, you asked motherfuckers for advice where I go to. Why sign that contract and then leave Russell like that? A little bitch move.
And caused a major power shift in the West.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 11.
Y'all rip this nigga up?
Scanning the floor.
Why Tyson Chicken scoring?
Chandler's got the lead up to 12 now for the Rockets.
Chandler's so good at finishing over defenders, helps when the big guys keep the ball high. Yeah, so reliable. He clearly needs to be more involved in the offense as they push this lead.
Why that man Tyson Chicken scoring like that, bro? That is not his game.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
You know what's even more hilarious? Like, 3 of these players that's on Clippers was actually at Houston. That's the funny thing about all this shit.
You can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring to teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it.
I can agree with that. He reminds me of Kenneth Fareed. I can agree with that.
10 points for him. Here's George.
Why you just didn't?
The pass to Harrell.
If you want to shoot.
Back to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Harkless finds George over Harden. It's rebounded by Houston.
I think Paul George's in the corner.
With that last one here tonight.
No doubt it's
stop flopping, man. You ain't hurt
in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Lamore's checked in for PJ Tucker. Clippers on defense. Trail by 9 points. And the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Brent, the league's been trying to clean up some of the physicality that we see. Some of the.
Bro, like, who the fuck is you? Can you shoot? I hope you can shoot. I'm gonna let you play.
The jawing, but there are some players that do a great job of nonetheless getting under an opponent's skin.
I don't think, Kevin, over the past couple of years, we would deem the NBA as being more physical than at any other time. Would we say that?
I think that's fair.
We would never say that. But there are still irritants in the game. And the reason why those guys do that is because that's their competitive advantage. And that's the way the league is always going to operate. There are going to be guys out there who are going to use either their intellect to get inside your head.
Too many shots, bro.
Physical level that are going to cause you to think about what it is you're doing on the floor. And when you find those guys, they're really interesting players to watch. You're not going to replicate their shooting form, Kevin. But in terms of
and you missed the claw?
There are things that you might be able to learn from a Draymond Green or a Marcus Smart.
There's no doubt. Now Rivers. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range.
Can you guard James?
The whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, a lot of players can get hot, but nobody can match Harden when he gets locked in. The way he can create space and drill shots from deep.
Oh, why are we getting cooked, man?
Catching up on the changes for Houston.
It's 3 points way higher than that. Good 89.
Subbed in for Rivers.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And with Harden, he not only gets hot for a game, but stays hot, Greg, for longer periods of time.
And you saw that last year with his streak of 30 and 40-point games. For weeks, he can dominate.
Yeah, reminds me of Kobe. I remember Kobe doing that.
There isn't anything you can do about it.
Here's Leonard.
Okay.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, he's so dangerous, and he's also efficient with his offensive game. Leonard right now having a tremendous offensive night.
Rockets leading by 8. Here is House. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Damn!
It's good. Now he's shooting.
Just bumped your little ass.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Oh, come on! Oh, yeah.
For 3.
Come on, let me get those, bro!
Capella's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Harden against Williams. Now Harden. He's got 15. Just 5 to shoot. From deep 3-point range. Offensive rebound. Capella.
No time.
And so it's
Like, because we're not getting no boards because our fucking tallest big man is 6'7".
looking good at this point, but
Like, damn.
more. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
I don't know if we're going to win this. But I'm praying we do.
Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Clippers trail by 10. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Then it's Clint Capella. Then it's McLemore. And it's House in at the 4 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And it's Harrell missing.
Can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss.
Why you
really steady jump shooter?
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to
Hurt!
That's just very solid offense.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah,
you know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Leonard, it's good.
Nice.
Basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Lob pass to Capella.
That's too easy, bro.
Stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Talk about lost. Quit disrespecting me like that. Put some respect on my name.
Harden against Williams. Latrey. Rockets with the rebound.
I can't make shit, bro.
Westbrook's got 4 rebounds in this game. Puts one up from 19.
It's Ben Malcolm. Why this nigga getting greens?
Westbrook's got assist number 5 here tonight.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Man, I need to put this foot up y'all ass.
Now here's Beverly. Pass to Williams.
Oh, come on.
A 3.
He finna miss. Yeah, I fucked up. GG's in the chat, y'all. Block his shit.
Get that shit out of here. Solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
Come on.
Here's Leonard.
Don't get fouled.
He could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And even though he's been nagged by injury for a few years, Brent, Kawhi is still a top 2A threat when he's healthy.
Well, the fact that Kawhi Leonard could move on from San Antonio, get to that Toronto team that needed just an extra push to do something in the Eastern Conference, especially with the absence of LeBron James. Kawhi Leonard absolutely dominated last year's playoffs and took Toronto to a championship. And now, for the first time, he's had the choice to continue his career somewhere. He's going to do that back home in Los Angeles for the Clippers.
And it's
Can you make a shot?
to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Well, this kind of effort will energize the team and get you going, just gobbling up every board. Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Paul George, he's checked in for the Clippers.
I didn't notice I had not been missing free throw, making hella greens.
When he came into the NBA, Kawhi Leonard wasn't the most refined player, but something in Spurs management and with the work of the coaching staff, they found a superstar.
Yeah, shout out to Kawhi, man. I mean, shout out to San Antonio doing your homework.
These guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes, a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
JaMychal Green. He's checked in for the Clippers.
Hey,
And
shoot
let's
him, bro.
catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. House the pass to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Like, how can you stop
The
that?
pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Stolen by Harden. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. And
I jumped too early.
I mean, just a terror in transition is
He
Russell
is.
exploding past the defense with that speed.
Green passes to Beverly. And here is Zubac. He's covered by Westbrook. George against Harden.
Damn.
Capella sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. A three from Leonard. Bangs home.
Thank you.
Trifecta. Leonard's got 16 here in the second half.
I finally need a 3-1, bro.
They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Green with the block.
You can catch that, bro!
That's just a risky play. To
Get
make
your
it
ass
like
out.
that. Not worth it.
Williams, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly.
Oh.
George against Harden. Inside. And Westbrook gets
That's
it to go
my
on the
fault. I'm
assist
not
by
paying
Harden.
attention, bro.
Harden's got 4 assists now tonight. Clippers trail by 12. Williams kicks to Zubac. And here's
You can
Green
shoot.
outside. Rebounded
You
by
can
Capella.
shoot, but you're missing on a late
Capella's
full
got
bar,
13
bro.
rebounds in the game. Class eating. House.
He got that pass off.
Capella dishes to Harden.
Hey, these bailout passes be cheesy, bro.
Pass to House. Clock at 6. And the rejection by Zubac. And here comes the break. Leonard with no one around. That drops. And it
I
comes
kind of want
up
to run
assist
this
for
shit back.
Williams has got 4 assists in the game. Rockets leading by 10. Westbrook passes to Capella. And that one's good. House.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Leonard with the bucket.
Man, to think that he was going to be capable of those kind of shots when he first came into the league.
Can I get a full court
Way
press?
out
I'm
of
pressing
town.
full
The
court
confidence
press.
from Kawhi.
Now here's Harden. Here's Westbrook. There he goes.
Be jumping on a play like that. Up there, 7.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Rockets.
I don't get this game, bro.
Times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull
Hit
away.
pocket on Hall of Fame,
Lakers
bro.
here tonight grabbing their 8th win of the year. The one player that really stands out, of course,
Russell Westbrook.
it was a dazzling game for
And then James Harden killing niggas in the cut, bro.
Force on the
All
glass,
ball
the
transitions. He's definitely been
crashing
fucking us
the
up with
boards
that.
and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
Now here's George. It's stolen by Capella.
Okay, so the problem with us is not.
Shot clock and game clock.
Damn! Russell got me dropping my mic, bro. But as I said, the problem with us was.
You could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive
Damn.
game, but
Okay.
once they broke
Fuck
through
it.
that barrier, it was all them. Completely.
But as I was saying, the problem with us was it was too many steals they got. Rebound was an issue because they got too many second points. The pick and roll transitions was
Harden
just
outside.
awful. And he just broke my ankles.
So we see the Rockets.
That's a
taking
GG,
the-
man. Trey, you still gonna be on?
Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
I know that nigga's still gonna be on. He might be getting ready for class. I'm probably finna run this shit back.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity.
You going to be on, Trey, or you finna get ready for class?
They came out to do.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, when do you know when to attack and when to lay off, and when to pass and when to shoot?
I never know, man. I just see how the flow of the game is going. I try to stay in attack mode. That's what my team wants me to do, and I try to continue to do it.
Well, you're on your A game tonight, Russell. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
I look like he get ready for class. I can definitely run another one. As y'all can see, I got my ass whooped. Let me make a quick bowl of cereal, then we finna run this shit back, man. That's ridiculous. I'll be going with him.
Okay. I'm just making one more run. I'm in the house already.
Okay.
Hello? I'll be back, bro.
All right. I'm back, y'all. You play Fortnite? Let me finish this next game. I'm kind of pissed. I lost. I want to do a rematch, and after that we can play it so like around 140.
Fantastic backcourt facing off tonight in this one, Smitty. Let me ask you, do you think this is a guard-centric league right now?
Kevin, it is, and no matter how tall you are and what position.
Yeah, definitely it's a guard-driven league now.
90%
Absolutely.
of the guys now can
Back then it was more big man, more dominance with that.
We have guys that are 7-footers that we're calling guards. So I think right now this is a guard-oriented league.
And the Clippers starting five. We've got Patrick Beverly. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Patterson. That's Zubac. And it's George in the 2-guard spot. And it's Houston's ball. Westbrook passes to Harden. He dishes it to Capella. Back to Harden. 6 to shoot. From deep, and the rejection by Zubac. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Here's Beverly.
Nice.
That shot missing.
Yeah.
And Houston the other way now. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court.
Please don't make that.
Harden gets the bucket.
Yeah, we're gonna suck his dick
shooters
today.
and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
George against Harden. Good work defensively by Harden.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Here's Westbrook.
Come on!
Plays it up and banks it in.
I like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off
There
the
you go.
ground and releases his shot quickly.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with Coach Mike D'Antoni. He said efficiency is a buzzword around the league.
That nigga voice
That's
job now.
Kawhi Leonard. He doesn't turn it over, doesn't
Good job.
take bad shots. He can give you 30 and never force a thing. Kevin, that doesn't sound like an easy assignment.
Thanks, David.
A big key to the Clippers' recent surge, the development of Montrezl Harrell. His activity and his ability to score have been infectious for this team, and he also can be very intimidating.
Westbrook, they get it back.
Hold down low. We got to hold down low.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
And George with the stuff.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
And the
Please don't make that.
In that Chris Paul deal turned out to be a decent trade for both teams.
You're totally right. The Rockets already had Capella. Harrell was sort of a redundant in terms of skill set, and you can only have one rim runner on the floor before you began to compromise spacing.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Harden. Pass to Capella. Can they get it? It's hauled in by Zubac.
Great defensive effort, just saved.
Woo!
You know what? This is why you never
Stop playing with us, Houston.
You don't know what's going to happen. And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach get to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
Here's Westbrook. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
You know what it is? That's good advanced scouting. They knew what they were in for, and they were ready.
McLemore's checked in for Houston. And then for the Clippers, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Harkless comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Williams in for George. Now, here's Capella. 11 points for him in that last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. He sinks the 11-footer. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first.
And a boom it was for the Rockets to be able to keep Clint Capella. A great fit with the team and gives them exactly what they need on the interior.
And it's Beverly missing.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's
Please
game.
don't make that dumb shit. Thank you.
And Greg Capella, who was taken near the end of the first round back in 2004.
Woo! Shit!
Has developed well.
Bro!
And Capella's game has really taken off in the last few seasons. He looks to be a double-double machine for this team for the next handful of years, and that is exactly what they need.
Here's Westbrook. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. High, arcing shot. Here's Capella, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
No good. Shot missing.
Foul.
Harden with the defensive effort. Rockets trail by 5. And here's Westbrook from the arc. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
I don't know how many shots he's missed this
Oh, yeah, we go.
but they're going to have to find offense from someone else.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Rockets. 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. It's through for his second basket. He's now 2 for 6. Beverly against Westbrook. Harrell kicks to Williams. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Clint Capella.
You look at the trajectory of Williams' career. Second-round pick, started slow, but his game has aged like a fine wine.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws here tonight. First one falls for. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial 6th Man of the Year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
A nice shot by Tucker.
I mean, wonderful court vision. Sometimes Rivers gets locked in to finding his own shot. This time, finds the open man.
And Beverly kicks to Green. 5 seconds separating the game clocks.
Never mind.
And the Clippers miss again.
And already they've staked out a noticeable
Don't shoot that
advantage
dumb.
in terms of aggression and controlling
They
the
be
back.
sucking his dick.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. It's a 3-point game.
Excuse me?
Here's Beverly, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Explosive first step off the bounce. Beverly has the speed to do this.
With 1 on the clock, Green.
He lost it.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Clippers lead by 5. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Russell Westbrook, a surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Rockets, Ben McLemore is out there with Rivers, and it's Chandler, then it's Thabo Sefolosha, and it's touch the 4. And the ball goes out of bounds, last touch by Beverly. Smitty, you've seen this before, separating teams that can make the deep playoff run, those that can't get bounced out early. What have you found is the difference between those two?
Well, a lot of times, Kevin, it comes down to those teams have more talent that can make those deep playoff runs. Also, they can make adjustments. And I think also they're a team that has better chemistry, and they can win defensively and not just have to rely on their offense. I mean, every time down the floor, this is what you're trying to do. Find the right matchup.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Lou
Make one, nigga!
Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him.
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. They get the rebound. Clippers leading by 5. Here's Harkless.
Oh, you hack!
Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
House the pass to Rivers. A three-pointer off the mark.
Damn.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And there's the pass to Harrell. Outside, George. Green left side. Over McLemore. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Credit JaMychal for all the hard work he's put in. A longtime D-League standout who's found his role and then some.
Involved more.
He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game.
He just powered.
I know he put a nice roll with Zach Randolph in certain
Top
matches.
dunkers.
Top dunker.
Williams
Stop!
kicks to Harrell.
Stop hyping this man up.
Cephalosha against Green. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
What was that?
And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Leonard. Here's Rivers. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Now here's McLemore, defended by George. They blow the whistle.
What?
As he gets it off, that's 2 points.
Who is this guy? This nigga don't be on shit, bro.
Points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Houston shooting their first free throw of the night. So for the Rockets, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Chandler. James Harden comes in for Cephalosha. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Rivers. The Clippers also making some changes. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Patterson comes in for JaMychal Green. And it's Leonard in for Maurice Harkless.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
And maybe the
Let's go again.
story of this summer, where would Kawhi Leonard be headed in free agency? A player of his caliber commands that kind of media scrutiny.
Rockets trail by 7. Now, here is Harden. He picked up 39 points in the last one against
sure.
Good on the bucket.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
Greg, you talk about the media focus for Kawhi Leonard. Not exactly something he embraces.
Not at all. As a kid on his birthdays, he'd shutter himself in his room because he didn't want the attention. To this day, he lets his play do the talking.
And here's Westbrook. 26 points for him last game against New Orleans.
And he really made an impact defensively. His 4 steals were huge.
No, don't give him that. Thank you.
Los Angeles. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game. Leonard looking over the floor. We've got 1:48 left in the
Thank you.
second.
Driving with a purpose. Leonard shakes off the hit, maintains focus, count it.
Timeout called, the Rockets. Well, Ivica Zubac may not block a lot of shots, but Smitty, he is still a solid defender.
What Zubac does is a great job of challenging players at the rim and provides great help from the weak side. He does rack up a lot of defensive fouls, but hopefully that decreases with time.
And the Rockets making a change here. Tucker's checked in, and the Clippers with a change here too. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Williams. Rockets trail by 9. Here's Westbrook. In it goes. That's his third bucket. He's missed 5 so far.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
To the paint.
Nice.
Zubac. The shot comes out, so Houston will take it the other way. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. And there's the call on Patrick
I wonder why they
Beverly.
start fighting.
That's his first foul. .114 left to play here in the second quarter. Chalk up 2 there. And now it's only a 5-point Clipper lead.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
And
shot.
Leonard from 3. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
They get it again. Capella. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Houston shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Don't let James review up.
There's 38 seconds left to play here in the half. Outside Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Ball's knocked loose. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Yeah, good defense.
So here's Westbrook. 8 points for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
I didn't press the X button over the right stick. All I did was just scoot up on bro.
And he can't get
It paid off. Trash niggas.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and
Trash. It paid off. Hey, Paul George, dunk that bitch.
Get to the line.
And
Thank
George
you.
with the stuff.
Like, all I did was hold LT-RT and just scoot it up.
George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim and an
Please, miss.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
You know, just knocking out open shots, my ball handling, and making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
You've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Right out of the gates, it was the Clippers setting the tone. Amped up and ready off the tip, they immediately went on an 11-4 run. Well, for the Clippers, Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
You know what I like about Paul George? He's quietly going about his business. Sometimes he'll take a back seat, not in this case in the first half. But the length, the skill, the deep range, match up nightly.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Rockets?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very
Give me a second, y'all.
and it's not like it.
You done with the door?
Yeah, I was pausing my game.
She must be getting ready for her trip. I would say something. I'm on the phone. It's not all ears to the head.
Everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Houston. They trail by 9 points. Heading underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the 3.
Yeah, easy call.
Well, when the game is decided and the clock is running out, the winning team shouldn't try to score. But we're seeing more of that these days. I'm not sure why. Kind of an unwritten rule. What do you think about that, Steve?
Yeah, Kevin, it used to be. And I watch a lot of these players come in. The game is decided. You know, they're up 10 or down 10, and they're still out here dunking, shooting. Back in my day, Kevin, you get that little ugly look from the team, and then the next game you usually come up with a hard foul against you just to send a message.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
For Los Angeles, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And both free throws good for Paul George.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Westbrook with it. Here's the teardrop. Kicks to House. 6 on the shot clock.
Oh, come on.
The 3. The rebound by Paul George. George has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The putback.
Nice.
Can extend the lead to double digits. Rockets trail by 9. House, the pass to Westbrook. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Patterson.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
Leonard with no one around.
Push me, Russell. Damn.
Again.
That's how you get your triple doubles, pushing niggas.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Damn.
No good that time. And the Clippers will come the other way.
they've come out
The
ice
pass.
to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 8. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got his 6th rebound on the night.
What I like, he hasn't stopped competing despite the off night.
It's an OKC really play.
He's
I mean,
found
yeah, that's
ways
OKC.
to
I'm
get
sorry, Houston.
quality looks.
The Pope.
2-time Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi Leonard
Oh, yeah.
last season averaged 27 points a game. That's what you call a two-way player.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
They built up this huge league with great play at both ends.
Wow.
They're going to love watching film tomorrow.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Come on.
And a career high in scoring last season for the great Kawhi Leonard.
Kevin, he maintained his elite efficiency. Kawhi Leonard's growth as a scorer has been remarkable over the course of his career.
Timeout called the Rockets. Paul George really making a difference here.
And he's been taking it to the rack all game, and they haven't been able to contain him. They have to put up better fight on the inside.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Capella. Cephalosha comes in for P.J. Tucker. And McLemore, he's checked in for Daniel House. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Green comes in for Patrick Patterson. Harkless is checked in for Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Paul George. The first one falls. He's off on the second. Rockets trail by 14. Here's Rivers. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Lou Williams.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
Now here's Williams. He's someone who's a factor on any given night, averaging more than 22 points a game. Passes it to Beverly. Here's Harrell. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the team.
And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard.
Damn!
And still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level 6th man for the rest of his career.
Now here's McLemore. Following the miss by Lou Williams. That cuts the lead to single digits.
We just throwing shit up.
Nice, silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Now here's Williams. To the inside. Stolen by Harden. Here's Rivers.
They're coming back.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Williams inside.
What did you fall for
by
that?
Harden. Good D by Harden.
Oh my God. We don't have a starters now.
They're on a 12-3 run right now. Rivers dishes to Chandler. And he makes that one.
Can somebody explain for the second game why Tyson Chandler's dribbling the ball like he's a fucking point guard and scoring on niggas like that?
Williams kicks to Beverly. Harrell against Chandler. Now Beverly. And looking at his production here.
Very early. What?
7 points a game. And play stops as it looks like they call it over the back here.
He must have thought he was a jungle gym the way he was climbing all over his back. Easy call.
This is why we talk about carving out position rather than trying to sneak in. You've got to be willing to put in the work.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Clint
And then you getting baby, bro, by the rebounds, bro.
And Russell Westbrook subbed in for Austin Rivers. Harden against Williams. It's stolen by.
And then you lose the ball.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
In the corner.
You know, this is where you're patient.
These they just came back. What?
Is tested.
You're
You shoot too quickly,
in the
you give your opponent a chance to close
Bro,
out
what the
court.
fuck is y'all doing?
And Beverly kicks to Harrell.
Hold the ball, bro.
Pass to Williams. Gets it
Come
off.
on, man.
And the last shot before the.
Like, man, put up starters info, because that was just awful, horrendous. Like, what the fuck was that?
Buzzer is off.
We just blew like the whole
James
league.
Harden getting it done for Houston. He keyed their comeback effort. He's the reason they are tied to close out the quarter. Right back after this break.
$20 points in the third quarter. We had 11. They were down by 9.5.
And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location.
So out of all alley-oops,
right where it needs to
Paul
be,
George,
and
Kawhi
man can do
Clark.
something with it.
What?
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start
Stupid
the
ass
fourth
game,
quarter,
bro.
what is still anybody's ball game. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Tucker and Capella are up front. And it's Cephalosha in at the small forward position. It's the 5 for Houston right now.
Damn.
Lou Williams has been a weapon off the bench for so long, and he has won 6th Man of the Year multiple times.
He won for 6, damn.
And for Lou Williams, he is just instant offense when you bring him Smitty into the game.
And a lot of that is just his mindset. Lou Williams, once he's checked in, he is attacking at every given opportunity. Not everyone can be successful off the bench, but Lou Williams has made a career of it.
The Rockets making a switch here. House is checked in. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
Rockets trail by 3. Now, here is Harden. The 3. Green with the rebound. The Clippers shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. And George gets it to go.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Now here's Harden. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac rebound number 7 for him tonight. And that one goes out of bounds. It's touched by Zubac. Houston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Stolen by George. Now the Clippers moving it up. George with the ball. Offensive rebound. And Leonard has it in the corner.
I only got shot too long.
Three-point range.
I wanted him to keep cutting the dunk, but it just stopped me. It just made me pull up.
He has just the 1 3, and that was in the first half.
Capella trying to free himself up, and he gets the bucket. 10 points for Russell Westbrook.
And you want him taking
There you
big
go.
shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
Patterson is checked in for Green. He's perfect from the line this time.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Now a timeout called by Houston. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
This guy is killing you, and so far I haven't seen a good adjustment defensively.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open three, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
Wow.
And talk about
he pretty much just tipped it around.
On it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Now, here's Patterson. George passes to Williams. That ball's nice feed that time from George. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Using his athleticism in the paint, Lou beats everyone to the punch.
Westbrook drives in, lays it up off the glass.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the fourth quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
Now, here's Westbrook. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. And here's Harden for 3. Houston gets it back. Pass to Tucker. A second chance effort. And he tries off the glass.
Rebound.
Clippers leading by 3. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's foul number 2 for him. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Outside Leonard. In the corner, it's Patterson. And the pass to Zubac. Los Angeles with another miss.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
House dishes to Harden. It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. 5 to shoot. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Houston gets it back.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
The hell you going, Kawhi?
Capella kicks to Westbrook. Pass to House to tie it up.
Locked down. Leonard, a smothering force on the defensive end.
Great D that time from Leonard.
Yeah, definitely go for a jump ball.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And so here is Houston. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Don't give me that look. You fucked up.
Los Angeles leading by 3. Got a piece of it. Down low. And finished off by Leonard.
Thank you.
Crucial
Yeah,
point.
his ass wasn't gonna cut
Stepping
the
up
play
to the plate when his team needs him the most.
So here's Westbrook. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. Ring shot on
Please
the
don't
way.
make that.
They get it back. Capella scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Now here's Beverly. Good work defensively by Capella.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim.
Whoa. Get it, Patrick, get it.
And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
What?
How big is that? Or should I say, how big might that become? Just a brutal mistake.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams is checked in. Now here's Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has next to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Here is Williams. .58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Leonard.
The all-time. Damn!
There, but he gets the call and will
Can I get a flagrant?
Comfortable inside, plus the 7'3" wingspan. Hard to stop.
Can I get a flagrant? Damn!
He sinks the clutch free throw. And so
damn, bitch. Can I get a flagrant? He fucking bopped his ass.
About those free throws, this is why you put the ball in his hands.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Don't fucking
They're
lose,
behind
J-Lo.
by 1. 50 seconds left in the game. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
There's 47 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Good steal.
Good eyes by the defense. Clearly, that's not where he wanted the pass to go, and he's frustrated.
And here's Leonard from 3.
Bad shot, but it's a miss.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and it's out of bounds.
Clampy these niggas, boy.
Touched by Leonard. Timeout called the Rockets. They're trailing by 1. 26 seconds.
We just can't let them
in the
score.
fourth. Andrew Beverly's checked in for Lou Williams.
Come on, man. I'm trying to go home with a W, man.
26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Hands the 3.
Big time basket at a big time.
What?
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Stolen by
what?
And that's an intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good.
What?
And it's a 4-point ball game.
Big moment at the line. As poised as you get, this thing is done.
What?
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Bro.
They're trailing by 4.
Like what? Well, that's our fault for them come back in the third, but what?
What's your take?
Looking for a quick shot. Trying to.
Why y'all run these weak ass plays for me?
And on the defensive end, they'll have to foul whomever gets the ball. No time left to be picky.
And here's Leonard from 3.
Don't foul, don't foul. What's the point? What's the point? What's the point? What's the point?
The foul there, but he's.
It's James. He don't fucking miss.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And
I'm done, G.
Incredible. So much.
But you make this. I'm done, bro.
As they come. Oh, fantastic dunk. And he
Why y'all let Russell pull the shot? I put on my defensive schemes no 3. You know, I don't care.
Who knows, but there he is, and we see
That shit was just fucking lame, bro. Like, what?
Victory for Houston, pulling it out for the.
What's this nigga 3s on? Russell can't shoot. Why his 3's on 74? What? He averaged 20% from 3-point line. How y'all gonna boost up one attribute, but y'all kept his what? Come on.
Game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from him late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to.
Man, shut y'all ass up. I don't need y'all commentary.
In terms of coming away with this win.
And now let's catch up.
Trey, you ready to play Apex? You heard me, Trey?
But you standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Trey, you ready?
James, congrats on the win. What got it done for you at the end tonight?
Just being aggressive on the court.
that we had to make a run. It had to be a good one. Defensively, we did a pretty good job down the stretch. Came with the victory.
Great play tonight, James. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our... This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
You said what? No, they buffed me twice. Right.
See the crib and ask who did I steal from? Price tags on.
Oh my God. What a twist, y'all. I just hope everybody enjoyed the show. As you can see, I lost twice to these bum-ass Rockets, bro. Fucking Bill McLemore going on. Shit, come on. Somebody please explain the logic to this game. But anyway, don't forget to leave a comment. Y'all know, like, share, all that other good shit. Hope everybody have a great day. Be smooth, man, and stay blessed.